It's safe to say that whenever Donald Trump says something stupid, something unbelievably, undeniably stupid, I'm not really surprised. Okay? I'm not really surprised anymore when Trump says something absolutely stupid. Whether it's about veterans with PTSD, or war heroes, or knocking immigrants, or knocking women, it's like, okay, what did Trump say now? Okay, yeah, but what I am interested in, what I am really interested in, is how his fans, his followers, his constituents, his sycophants, his little ass kissers, how they react and how they defend him, how they justify the things that he says, how they justify him saying that people that veterans with PTSD just aren't strong enough, basically saying they're weak. Defending what he said about John McCain, saying he likes people who weren't captured. Defending what he says about immigrants, stuff like that. You know what I mean? I always try, and they always have a line. They always have a line. But this time, I've been reading just some of the dopiest shit that I've ever read in my entire life. I've been hearing some of the dopiest shit I've ever heard in my entire life when it comes to defending a politician from something they've done. Some kind of scandal, some kind of gaffe, some kind of stupid remark. You probably heard what Donald Trump said on the hot mic. Back in 2005, he was talking to that creepy little bastard, Billy Bush. And he got caught saying some very, very lewd things about women. He said he basically bragged about how he was trying to, in his words, fuck a married woman. Going after a married woman, trying to fuck her. And then he said that when you're famous, when you're a star, you can basically do anything you want. You know, you can even grab them by the pussy. You know, whatever you want. Okay, so we got caught saying those things. And one of the main things that I've heard people say, trying to dismiss what he said, his latest fucking bout of douchebaggery, they say, it was 10 years ago, 11 years ago, and he said it in private. Why does it matter? Why does something that he said in private 11 years ago matter? Well, let's start with the in private thing, shall we? Okay. So basically what you're saying is the only thing that matters are the things that come out of a politician's mouth in public. The only thing that matters are the things that they say in public. The things they say in private don't matter, right? Okay. Well, if that is the case, and by that same logic, how about you shut the fuck up about what Hillary said in those Goldman Sachs speeches? Those were said in private. Those were private speeches. So if you're going to say that this stuff that Donald Trump said doesn't matter because it was private, then why are you still going after Hillary? I mean, you're not going to stop, and maybe you shouldn't stop. Maybe the things Hillary said behind closed doors, maybe those transcripts should be released. They shouldn't they shouldn't be released for the sake of getting Donald Trump's tax returns, because he should be doing that openly anyway, but he's a fucking coward and a pussy. But do you understand where I'm coming from? It's basic, it's simple. If this private stuff doesn't matter, then this private stuff shouldn't matter. Hello? Okay? Some people have said that this happens all the time. If you were to put a microphone in a locker room or a police station or a firehouse, if you put a microphone here, you put a microphone there, you'll hear people saying 15 times worse than what Donald Trump said. Donald Trump himself even said, oh, I heard Bill Clinton say a lot worse, even though, you know, the lies that come out of his mouth, you can't, there's no way to determine the veracity of that. But, you know, that's another thing I heard on the radio the other day. And the fucking, the radio host agreed and said, yeah, well, you're right, you know, you're probably here, and trying to use that in order to take some of the heat off of what Donald Trump said. Okay. Here's the big difference between Joe Dick in the locker room and Donald Trump. Joe Dick in the locker room isn't running for president of the United States of America. Joe Dick in the locker room isn't trying to court the evangelical vote. Joe Dick in the locker room doesn't have an evangelical running as his running mate, as vice president. Joe Dick isn't pretending to be a Christian, a good, wholesome Christian. Joe Dick isn't part of a party, probably isn't part of a political party that is all about family values. Okay, do you see the difference now? So why are you using that to try to take some of the heat off of what Donald Trump said? Do you see how stupid it is now? Why are you even comparing Joe Dick to Donald Trump anyway? Donald Trump should be held accountable for what he says because Donald Trump wants to be our fucking president. The highest office in the land. Everybody talks about transparency. We want transparency in Washington. Transparency is not a bad thing, but you hear it over and over again. We want transparency. Okay, fine. So what he said in private should matter. And we should hold him to that higher standard. But all you little Trump supporters out there, oh, he speaks his mind. He says, get that shit out of here. He should still be held accountable for what he speaks that's on his mind. So all your little excuses, all your little bullshit justifications can go die. Die a fiery fucking death in a gasoline-filled ditch. Jesus Christ. So, what I want you to do, Trump supporters, what I want you to do, why don't you give me some justification for what he said? Okay? And remember who you're talking about. You're talking about somebody running for president of the United fucking States. Okay? In case you forgot, I mean, I would expect to see him running for something like local dog catcher, but you understand what we remember. You're talking about somebody who is rightfully so held to a higher standard than anybody else in this world. And don't give me the... I know people are going to say this about Hillary, that about Hillary. Okay, this is not a discussion about Hillary Clinton. I'm going to say that right now, try to clear it up, because there are going to be people in here going to be saying, Hillary Clinton this, Hillary Clinton that. Stop! Fucking knock it off. This is a discussion about Trump, not Hillary Clinton. That's not going to stop anybody, but whatever. Have a fucking good day, folks.